Hey, we're live. And yes, I am in my pajamas. I don't care that it's 4 o'clock. I'm live streaming, so if you walk past like this point, you will be on camera.
So put dishes away later then.
Yeah, now at this point.
Okay. That's fine, I'm taking care of things.
Just want to make it clear because I don't think you want to be on camera. Although, I think that as long as your head is taller than this, they can't see your face.
They might be scared off if they saw my face.
They're like, women. I showed up to see man features, not female features. That's gross. I'm waiting for people to show up before I start cooking. Also, mixing it up a little bit today, guys. Today we're having a Baja Blast. Okay. Where's my haircut board? Need that. And this. I'll put that away.
Thank you.
Probably could have gone with a smaller pot, but I don't care.
That's fine.
That's the wrong burner. I've only lived in this house my entire life. With the same exact stove my entire life. If it goes kabooey and I die, Damon gets the S&P until a suitable replacement can be found. That's very important and very vital. That is documented somewhere. No. There we go. There we go. This is needed. But I'm going to leave this right there. You guys are going to be on top of it now. Look at that. I know I'm a little far away. Don't worry. I'll be right there in your heart. I'm actually using rubber bands to hold that into its thing because it's not the proper thing for that. Okay, fingers. I don't have fingernails. So, sometimes it's kind of hard. Okay. That's a proper knife. And now that I think about it, I actually need that container you guys are in. So, you guys are going right back down. Isn't that sad? You guys have lost your height, but you're still very scary and strong. Trust me, I believe in y'all. Oh. For the bacon. No, I don't think that doxes me. Does this dox me? No, it does not either. Okay, good. kid, I'd have to remember that out later. My memory's bad. Then enough protein. Now we'll go with a little bit more bacon. So now what I'm going to do is, before my hands get super bacony and greasy, I'm going to wash off a little bit of bacon grease I got on my fingers, the bacon fat. And then we're going to take, this is a pro tip for all y'all. That's not hot. Perfect. I can set this right here for now. Use saran wrap while you have it in the fridge, because I'll be eating this like next week. What I do is I take this container, shut. Normally, I would have sectioned this, but I didn't section it this time before I froze it because I didn't feel like doing so. So now I gotta eat it all this in like next week. That's fine. Now, back in the fridge with it. That's ground beef. It's homegrown, home raised by my parents. My meemaw, my papa. Never called my mother meemaw, that feels weird. It doesn't feel natural. It feels forced and fake. Just like life. What are we making? You'll find out. But I got a pot right there. Water in it. I got a whole lot of bacon and ground beef. And some veggies. Now what I gotta do is I gotta cut up. I'm gonna make sure you guys are able to see, but I need this pot more over here. Yeah, you guys can still see. I'm gonna cut up the bacon, small pieces. Go on. I don't like this knife. This knife sucks. It's not the proper knife. I think the proper knife needs to be washed. I just didn't feel like washing it. Now I gotta suffer. But you will find out, Nora B. Also, I got my camera set up properly today. My phone just didn't want to rotate last time I did a cooking stream, but this time it did. So that's huge. You can make the pieces a little big because bacon shrinks naturally, so it doesn't matter. Also, this is just for me and the guys, so I don't think any of them are going to complain if it's a little uneven. Like, oh no, my bacon pieces are too big. Brother, it's bacon. I've already cooked this for them once, I think. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. But tonight is movie night. So what I got to do is, because I got to also work later, doing a little bit of house sitting, is after this stream, I'm going to go check on a dog, start a fire for them so when they come home, their house is nice and warm. And then come back, reheat this, and we'll have movie night. So we're cooking now at 4 instead of normally, which would be closer to 6. Because I don't think either one of them wants to be on camera, and I wanted to make sure that this was done before movie night started. I think this is going to take me like an hour and a half, maybe. Depends on how quickly I can cut this bacon. Jeez, it's taking forever. Normally I cook the bacon first, and then I break it up. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and break it up first before I cook it. And I hate that decision. It's not a great idea. It was suboptimal. Also, how's Jason's birthday doing? I was taking a very long nap this morning. Dude, I've been sleeping like nonstop. So I didn't tune in. But I know that Zaph and Joker are streaming with Jason Archer for his birthday. It's a lot of people's birthdays today. Yesterday, I think. know 2 people whose birthday was yesterday, and then Jason's is today. Unless I'm confused that Jason's was yesterday, and they're just celebrating it today. When you take a lot of naps and you have a bad sleep schedule, you kind of lose track of what day of the week it is. I don't have much to talk about. I'm just trying to slice up this bacon. Yeah, I was a little busy. I didn't go. It sounded fun. Might watch it later. The VOD later, though. Oh. Do they keep their VODs public? I thought Zaf had his VOD set to auto-hide. You don't know? I don't know either. We're mixing it up. We're doing Baja Blast today. Okay. Sometimes you get mites, like dust mites, in your rice. But I don't see any this time, so that's huge. Just sit it down there. Pour in a whole bunch of rice. Yes, I use Mini Rice. Yes, I'm a heathen. No, I don't care. Looking good. Use a little spoon to stir that up. Yeah, we're good on the rice. No, one time I left it in my cupboard for a few months. And it just got like a whole bunch of dust mites or something. It was weird. Soft hands? I do have soft hands. I do yard work though. I do physical labor sometimes. Just typically I don't. Is that supposed to be like an insult? I got like girly hands. Dude, a lot of my female coworkers at Winco, which is where I used to work, their hands were just actually larger than mine. Like she was shorter and her hands were bigger, like lengthwise too. They weren't just chubbier, they were longer. It's like, dude, I just have small hands. When I help out at the church and we gotta put away chairs and they're the folding chairs, I can only grab at a maximum 3 at a time because my hands are just physically too small to grab more than 3 in each hand. And I wish I could grab 3 in each hand, maybe 4 in each hand, so I could actually hold 8 at a time and look nice for the ladies. Except the ladies aren't interested in me because they're all 60, and I don't care. So. But hi, Mikey. Was this too much bacon? Ah, you can never have too much bacon. Come on. Good. Bam, bam. Pow. Bop. They're barking at literally nothing. I love them so much. Come on, stay out. There we go. I used to have poison oak. I still have a little bit of like skin damage on my hands, but I don't care. I almost just headbutt my vent with my head. That would have been annoying. Boop. You know what? I probably did do a lot more bacon than what I needed. Do I care though? No. We are the bacon men. Not the women. There we go. That's working out better. I don't want to cut my hands. I've already done that recently while cooking, so I'm just gonna. Go slow and steady with this last little bit. Because as it gets smaller, you have less control. Like a trailer. Bam. My fingers are all fatty. I don't care. Now you guys can see all the bacon I got. Yeah, that's a pretty good angle. I got a lot of bacon in there. Put it on like an 8. Now onto some of the veggie numbo bowls. Yes, I spoke perfect Ingramarish there. I should probably rinse these. All that I'm really doing is rinsing off the dirt, considering I'm going to put it right back on that, so it's not like a cross-contamination thing. I don't want any dirt. Yum. It is yummy, Nora. Yeah. There's still a little bit of seasoning core in there, but not a lot. What I'm going to do now is this. That's not right. I will clean off my counter. Typically, I'd cook over there, but if you guys want to probably see things cook, actually cook. Hey, tell me if this hurts to burn, by the way. Let's sorry. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a funny joke. I guess it wasn't really all that funny, but I thought it was funny, and that's what matters. This is my only hard cutting board. All of the rest of mine are soft. That's the reason why we're using it, even though it's really small. If you're curious. Okay. That. All those seeds, more or less. I will rinse all of these before I toss it in. Hey, there we go. Rice is looking pretty good. Keep wondering if I can smell it through my phone with how good it sounds. I don't know if the sounds are actually coming through all that well because I've never cooked bacon on live stream before. So I don't actually have a recording of that. I'm going to crank up the heat a little bit. Actually, so I can have more room, I'm just going to set all these right here. I don't care. I'll rinse it all before I toss it back in. Still got bacon fat anyways, so who cares? Yep, that's fine. Let it grow, let it grow. You can't reap what you don't sow. Grab a little bit of that, and then a little bit of that. That looks fine. That's how I get rid of all my seeds. It sounds delicious. Well, it should be. It'd be a bummer if it didn't taste delicious. And some of these bacon bits are a little bit bigger than what I should have done, but I don't care. That literally just means it's more bacon. I don't think any of the guys are going to complain about there being more bacon. My brothers won't because, well, I'm the one who bought it. My friends won't because, well, they're my friends. Okay. Now we're going to install the seeds off of that. Now time to do the same with all of these long strips, and then I'll wash all the small strips. I don't have big enough hands to hold all these. Let's go like this. I don't know why that song's in my head. Okay, is that done? I'm going to do all the long pieces and then I'll do all the shorts. Wash all the water off. Turn that down a little bit. Do a scrape along the bottom to make sure nothing's hard sticking or going to burn. So I didn't put any oil in this because, let's be honest, it's bacon grease. That's enough oil. There's a nice thin film of bacon on it, so. All of these are going to get cooked again. That's why I don't care about like cross-contaminating it. Because I'm going to cook all this very thoroughly again. Well, I guess not again, but I'm going to. That's the reason why I don't care about setting it on the, bacon patty, salmonella cutting board. Because I will cook it before it is served. These are not going to be raw vegetable bowls. So, don't worry. Many of you in here, none have died. What's cooking besides bacon? Right now, just bacon. It's a surprise, bro. I wanted to share it with you. I would share it with you at the start of the stream. But I want to see if someone can guess it by the ingredients, which are a red and green bell pepper, bacon, rice, onion, ground beef. That's what you guys have to work off of for now. Rice is already done, so I can push that back. So, this is actually looking really nice. It all needs to cook a little bit longer. Now the hand's good enough. No, I'm not doing stuffed peppers. I like stuffed peppers, like, jalapeno peppers or jalapeno popper type deal with like bacon and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to dairy, so I can't do cheese. So typically I don't. You guys are going to tell me that burns, right? I'm trying really hard not to show my fingers. We missed you yesterday at Bible study, by the way. The unstuffed peppers. Okay, that's pretty funny. I'll do that. Okay. Enough the bacon grease has come out of it that it's now got a layer of bacon grease over the entire thing. So I'm going to turn off the heat, but I'm going to leave it in the pan for now. So that, it can cook a little bit more, but no heat so that it doesn't burn. Peppers. I gotta dice these more, and as I dice them smaller, I'll start tossing them into the pan. But I gotta take the bacon out first. But I need the bacon to cool a little bit. So right now we're just that's a seed. Right now we're doing a lot of prep work. Your head still hurts? Don't die on us. Oh, is that frog pollen emote? I love frog pollen. Platonically. I apparently need to start specifying that because some people like Zafnaf think that when I say I love you, they think I mean it unplatonically. That's not my fault. I say it in a way that's like, I love you. Okay, that's just how I like to say it. When I care. I'll just use this. You know what? It doesn't matter if I use a paper towel or not because I'm going to dump it all right back in anyways. And there's already a ton of grease in here. So who cares? Because then I can just pour all that grease back in. So typically I use a paper towel to soak it up before I put it on my own plate, but I don't care. All the grease is going to get mixed in, and I want it to be greasy because when I add the rice, I want the rice to absorb some of it. Which means I probably should have done less water, so it would have been a drier, stickier rice, and then once I added all the grease and other stuff, it would help dry it out, but I don't care. That right there is like $5 worth of bacon. Isn't that crazy? Yep. That, and then as I dice these small, I'm going to toss them in there. Or, you know what? No, I want to do the beef first, or the ground beef first. Don't fall over, Tina. Don't do that. That would be bad. This is Farm raised ground beef from a family ranch. Yes, she's the very first Christian streamer that you found, and the reason why you found Moon, leading you to Zaf, and then me. Yippee! See, I don't need the network. Moon, everyone else does it for me. Gotta put this on a low heat, because that's still pretty frozen. That's the first one. Also, if you're wondering why I'm making so many, so there's me, my two brothers, my brother's wife, and then movie night tonight. So there's Hunter and David. So there's a lot of us. It's gonna add up real fast. Also, I'll probably have seconds later, some other time. Probably eat right after this is done. I'll have a small portion, go clean the house, come back, do movie night, and when we're all having dinner for movie night, do a bigger portion for myself. That's a really dusty pan. Okay, I already read that message. Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna rinse out this container.
It smells like bacon. I like that.
Well, that's because I just cooked like a whole bunch of bacon.
I like that. Very much.
Don't worry, guys. Just because you can't see the bacon doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm mostly doing this from memory. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. It tastes like it, but sweeter. Something like that, right? Also, any Piano Man redeems that are done during the stream, I will refund later because I'm not at my piano. So, is this some standard dish or some sort of home-cooked thing? My mother made it for us growing up. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I think that the proper way of doing this only contains 2 ingredients. But the way I'm doing it is turning it into a full meal. So, that is your hint. Because I think technically, if you just use the rice and one other ingredient, it would be considered the meal or like a side. But instead of doing that, I'm turning it into a lovely concoction to turn into a full meal. I just realized I don't know how I'm going to cook down these bell peppers in the bacon grease now that there's ground beef in there. So I might not cook it down. Or actually, I got a skillet. I can just clean out a skillet and then cook it separately in a skillet to help render this. So you want these to shrink a little bit. You think she cooked this for us once? Okay, then what's your guess? You don't know what you would call it? A type of fried rice? It's like a type of fried rice. Yeah, you can. Fried rice is the closest guess, but we did stir fry earlier this month, so we're not doing that again. I remember all the ingredients. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if my mom put bell peppers in it or as much bacon. I don't think my mom did bacon in it, but I like bacon. I think it fits well in the dish, so I'm adding it. The fried rice is the right trail, or the right path to get us upon. That one's hot. Don't touch it there. Don't touch the side of the metal container. Hold it by the handles where it's supposed to be touched. That's smart. should probably put it on a slightly lower heat because it actually looked like it was cooking it, and I just wanted to defrost it. I think my mother could figure this out a lot quicker. I don't know if I told her I was gonna make this though, so that would be kind of cheating, to be fair. Because if I did tell my mother, then my mother knows. I have one other dish I'm planning on making later this week, but it takes too long for me to do it on a movie night, and I didn't want to do it super early on a movie night. And I don't think I had enough steak to make it, so we're doing it a different dish for movie night than what I think I told my mother we were doing. I love the guys, but my brother wanted this, and I want to make sure that I have enough to make it for my brother, so we're making something else for him. I think I'm going to do it on like Thursday or Friday. Also, my brothers are now working a slightly different shift, so my streams will be at a slightly different time, because I stream when my brothers aren't home. Also, now that I got my camera rotating properly, I can actually read Twitch chat. Is that food for my husband? Yes. I know that he doesn't like vegetables. Don't tell him. I'm hoping to cook it down enough and then smother it in enough other flavors that he won't notice the texture. So I'm not going to tell him what's in it. So I want to see if enough bacon grease and the sauce that I'm going to add overpowers the other flavors. Because at this point, I'm cutting these like onions, and he's fine with onions when they're diced up small. So I'm going to assume he'll be fine with bell peppers if I dice them up small and they're covered in other seasonings. What is this? It's a surprise. I think I've made it once for them, and I think he ate it. So I don't think there's going to be an issue. Although I think the last time I made it, I didn't make it with the bell peppers. But I think bell peppers would go well in it. Half the fun is finding out. You're going along with the trip. But I'm pretty sure that as long as I don't tell him there's bell peppers in it, I don't think he'll notice. After everything's said and done, I think he'll just think it's an onion. But we'll see. I'll call it a win if you can get him to eat veggies. Yes. Well, here's the thing. If he already eats onions, right? Bell peppers, if you cook them enough and smother them in enough other seasonings, you can't really tell the difference between them and an onion, I'm hoping, in like big spoonfuls. So I'm thinking I'll be able to hide the vegetables enough in the dish that he won't know. Also, I would normally cook it later, but I don't think any of them want to be on stream, and also I gotta do house sitting right before movie night. Like I gotta go check on a house and a dog. So I'm cooking it earlier in the day, and then we'll just reheat it. But like, here's my fingernail, and here is the vegetable bowl. So they're not much bigger than my fingernail is. Like, it's my thumbnail. You can't even see my thumbnail. It's blocking it. But that's about the size I'm making it. So if you cut it small enough, you render it with enough bacon grease, I don't see why anyone would even be able to tell the difference. It's kind of like if you puree, you know, what is it, raisins, and then smother it in chocolate and then other things, and then you cook it into a cookie. If you're smothering it enough and there's no texture to go along with it, then no one's going to notice really if you put raisins in your cookies. You're smothering it with enough other flavors that are stronger than it. So really, it's just there to be healthy. People do that with celery all the time. They'll put celery in things as a filler to lose weight. As long as they aren't crunchy, it should be fine. Well, if they're crunchy, then I didn't cook them right. But there's bacon in here, so they might just think it's bacon. And when all things are said and done. Or little, like I said, little pieces of onion. Now, I was going to put in diced tomatoes. And even though they'd be super soft, I was kind of worried that he wouldn't like them, so I was kind of just going to not do diced tomatoes. Technically, I think this dish calls for stewed tomatoes, how my mother makes it, but I would have used diced. Yeah, there we go. That's enough that it's rendering it, but not cooking it, which is what I want. So we're going to crank it up just slightly. Do 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 do. Is it a type of Korean ground beef and rice? Maybe. Nope, not Korean. It's not Korean, it's not Asian of any type. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know if this is technically what it's supposed to be, because what it technically is called doesn't have this many ingredients. But this is what my mom called it growing up. The only difference is I think I'm adding bacon and bell peppers, which I think sometimes she would have added one or the other, but I don't remember. Because like I said, I'm doing this off of memory. I don't think my mother ever gave me a recipe for it. I think I just watched her making it so many times growing up that I remember all the ingredients. And also, if I wasn't streaming, I would have done all the vegetable dicing first, and then I would have cooked everything second, and then I would have just combined it all towards the end and then let it simmer for a while to get all the flavors mixed in. But because I'm streaming, I'm doing it in a different order than how I normally would do it. Whatever it's called with tomatoes and stuff. It does have tomatoes. You got ground beef, bacon, tomatoes, rice, onions, bell peppers. I think my mom made it with stewed tomatoes growing up, or diced tomatoes. I can't remember. I'm also making one other dish later this week that I know uses stewed tomatoes, so I think my memory is just like trying to plan for both subconsciously, and that's gonna mess me all up. So, that's fun. My brain no good. No good no more. But I am going to simmer all of these vegetables in a pan until they're nice and soft, and then I'm going to cook them with everything else. Like I said, I think I made this once for him, just not with the bell peppers. I think that's the only thing I'm changing from this time and last time, and he thought it was fine. So, I add bell peppers to something that he already knows, and I don't tell him, and he eats it, then I can tell him at the end. Is it lying? Sort of. Do I care? Not really. He needs to eat some vegetables, otherwise he'll die. So, because I do think it's a texture thing. I don't think it's a flavor thing. So as long as I can smother the texture, then he won't complain. A goulash, but yeah, I think that normally has paste. Or pasta. No pasta. I guess you could make this with pasta, but I think rice would do better. So that's why I'm doing rice. It's sitting right there, letting all the rest of the water evaporate out slowly. It doesn't have any heat on, but it was warm. I'm not gonna lie, I completely looked away from my fingers while I was slicing there, and I looked back after I looked at chat to see if you guys had said anything. Partially scared that I might have just sliced my fingers without realizing it. I don't think I'm all that there. I will say, I did wake up from a nap right before this, and I did instantly go into drinking a Baja Blast. So, brain's not fully there. I can. I also don't know if I've drinking water today, so I did sleep most of my day away so far. Like, I think I woke up at like 11, left at 11:30, watched the house for a bit, came home, slept from 1 till 3. Or 4. 1 to like 3:30-ish. And then got everything set up for the stream and then hit go live. So, I really have not been psychologically awake very much. Like, maybe I was in and out, but of like sleep, but for the most part, not. I don't have much to talk about today. It's Jason streaming with Zaf. I'm over here cooking. Lady Lark said she wanted to watch one of my cooking streams because you can tell a lot about a man from the way his hands look. And it's like, yes, I got girly hands. What about it? Am I doing this in the most efficient way? Not really. Do I care? Not really. I'm doing this for me and the boys. I got like another hour before I have to go anywhere. Hour 15. We're gonna go over, start house sitting again. Because they said I only have to check every couple hours. That dog's fine. The dog did not want to socialize with me without his owners being there though. Like, that dog, typically pretty not super friendly, but like not as skittish as he was today, or I guess she. But we'll go back, check on the dog, make a fire in their fireplace. Okay. Starting to get small enough that I'm able to break it up to pretty small pieces, which is good. That's what I want. So I want to slowly defrost it without cooking it and all this bacon grease. And yeah, there's a lot of water in here. Yeah, it's going to be very greasy. Do I care? Not really. Do I remember the exact ratio of everything? No, not really. But what matters is that it was made with love from the Love Doctor. Did I just call myself the Love Doctor? Yes. Yes, I did. I'm making sure to cut these thinner and smaller than I normally would because he's a picky eater. I want to try and hide it as best as I can. I know, I'm so mischievous trying to help my buddy get some other vitamins in his system. So I don't think he takes vitamins. I don't know. I never asked. Thanks for the memories. You and they were so great. Do, dee, 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 dee. Like I said, you can make this dish without the bell peppers if you don't want them. If you're a person that really despises like bell peppers for their flavor or something, you can skip it. But once you see all the seasoning I put in this, I don't think you'll notice. Can't wait to slice an onion next. It's gonna be so much fun. I love onion. Yippee! I actually do like onion a lot. I'm just tired of slicing so many vegetables. Typically, I'd slice them bigger, so I'd have to do less slicing, but unfortunately, I'll slice them small this time. There we go. That is all of those done. Okay, this one came without some of the skin. That doesn't bother me, because let's be honest, it just doesn't. Cut off that part. Cut off that. Stay. I'll rinse that in a moment. Okay. Got that. Let's open this back up. Got that weird video of like that. It's like some sort of like meme. And it's like a whole bunch of like kids trying out for like band or something, and they're all like, I don't know, 12 or something, and they're all like singing horribly. And then like the last guy comes along and he's like, "Because I need you now tonight. I need you all together." And then it's like some sort of top text that's like something dumb, like when your band teacher finally finds the one kid that can sing, it's gonna take him to Broadway. Or something dumb. I don't know. That's in my head. I need the template. Oh yeah. Yeah, that thing exists. But I don't know why it's in my head. It's like, I don't think I watched what that was originally from, and I don't think I've watched like a video referencing it anytime recently. Okay. I'll probably use all that. That's probably fine. And now what I need is a bag. got a bag, it looks like. Oh, I do. I got a really big bag because I don't have any small bags. Where's my small bags? I just got... Why do I have 2 different spots for gallon Ziploc freezer bags? Like, I don't need gallon ones. Whatever. Oh, here we go. You know what? This is a huge bag, but it's been washed, so we're already reusing it, so I don't care. I don't care if I'm reusing a absurdly large bag. We're using it. I think it was someone on the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies or something, but I've never seen it, so I have no clue how even right that is. I know, but it does seem like something that would be in a Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Okay, we're gonna try something a little bit different that I typically don't do. I'm trying the forbidden technique. Keep in mind, it's been a very long time since I've done this. And this is not the sharpest knife, so I'm gonna try and make sure that I don't mess this up in a way that'll cut my finger off. There we go. I'm amazed that it went this well. I'm going to be honest. That's all perfectly nice. I don't know how to grab this in a way that I'm not going to lose some. I'm going to hurt myself. Now that's down to the last little bit. I'll chop it the normal way. I can hear that boiling, so what we're going to do, cut this all to be even. Decent. Okay. That's fully broken up now. You know what? For an amateur chef, that was pretty decent. I'll count that as a success for today. I know that wasn't a very good technique right there. I'm doing it in a way because I don't want to cut my fingers. Everything was sliding around. There's still some bacon grease, so the bottom's not really sturdy. It doesn't have much texture to hold on very well. So, now when there's bacon grease filling all the texture holes. Nope. Still good. No fingies have been cut or lost in the making of this video yet. I'm gonna fold that. So all the parts that are even sliced very well are all right next to each other. Okay, there's something else I need to cut. Let's go! Nothing else needs to be cut. I don't know why, but whenever you start singing something, the song that you immediately just get stuck in my head. I'm not really sure why, but it's all funny to me. Okay, well then, sing this song with me. I don't know if you know this. I used to sing I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now in its place is something new. I hear it when I look at you. A simple song, I wanted more. But perfection too quick to bore. You are my broken melody. But now I hear a symphony. I think I hit that right. I don't know. I do not have the voice Cody Fry, nor do I even start to think that I'm even close. Spread the oil around a little bit. Get some of that oil here. There we go. Yeah. That is a lot of vegetables. I don't think I need this pan anymore. I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now in its place is something new. I hear it when I look at you. Okay. We're going to let these sweat so that they reduce a little bit. So now that this is all done, there's so much liquid in this. Holy, that's a lot. I sure hope I'm not making too much for this container. It's been a while since I've cooked this, so like my brain ratios are a little screwy. The way everything's supposed to be at. I learned Underground on the guitar, and now it's one of your favorites to play. Okay, so you do know Cody Fry. I need to learn Underground and Flying on the piano. Those are two that I want to learn. And I Hear a Symphony. I Hear a Symphony is a song I want at my wedding. Okay, that is a wedding song. I don't care what anyone says. That is the perfect song. Okay, from a man to a woman. Like, think about singing that song to your bride while you guys are dancing at your wedding. I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now in its place is something new. I hear it when I look at you. Are you trying to tell me that that's not a good song at a wedding? Well, I don't think anyone's complaining, but like that's where I'm at with it. That's a wedding song. It's such a good idea. I know. I have like a whole bunch of songs that I want to play at a wedding, except I'm dying alone at this rate. Either my standards are too high or women aren't reaching it. I think it's a bit of both. We're putting in McCormick Premium Taco Seasoning. So that's going to give you guys a hint of what's going on with this. I'm going to put this on a really low heat. And just help develop some of the flavors. Don't know if that's enough taco seasoning, so I'll wait. A simple song, I wanted more, but perfection too quick to bore. You are beautiful by far. Our dreams are who we really are. Then there's Waltz for Sweatpants. I think that one can be pretty good. A Waltz for Sweatpants gives me similar vibes to A Million Dreams. 'Cause a million dreams is all it's gonna take. Okay, that looks like enough taco seasoning for now. But we're gonna have to wait a bit until I can really envelop the cooking in and I cook off some of this water because that's a lot of liquid. It's not supposed to be that liquidy. And I also need to mix it up so that the liquid helps. Right now, it having a lot of liquid in there is kind of nice because it helps spread the flavor of the taco seasoning around. But I still see spots that are like not enveloped yet. Still need to be broken up a little bit smaller, maybe. I'll put that on lower heat. It smells decent. He's being coy over here. He just actually is making tacos. I'm not making tacos, believe it or not. It is close to taco rice, if that's what you want to call it. Okay. So this is just pure tomato. Tomato puree, yes. We're gonna start off with one, maybe go with two. Delamont tomato. I try and be very transparent with all the ingredients I use and exactly what brand, so that if you guys want to recreate it at home, you guys can. Especially if you guys are watching the YouTube video that I'll probably post later. There's still a lot of water in this I'm trying to cook off. Are you supposed to sweat at a high heat or a low heat? I actually don't know. But whatever it is, it's cooking. I hate this, by the way. You guys are going to see me struggle with this. This is not what I got. Who was subscribed for? Agile, you subscribed? Oh, this is what you get for not subscribing. You're in Agile. Okay, that makes more sense. Come on. There we go. I hate these. You didn't know. These are the one reason why I don't like cooking with canned ingredients. I'd rather have jarred. I don't think this is cutting right now. Nope, not cutting. Come on. You're not. What are you? You're not even biting anything. You're not even biting the metal. Go on. I hate this. Come on. I'm frustrated with that already. You're out now? Okay. So, I have my stream set up so you get 30 minutes of ads at the start of the stream. And then you get 30 minutes. You get 30 seconds of ads when you first tune in. And then you get 30 seconds of ads every hour. That's how it's set up. Because that is the way that I think it's most fair. Because if I do like a long 6-hour stream, I don't want you guys to be hit by a whole bunch of ads. So I think having it so that you get 30 seconds every hour, that means for every 2 minutes of content that I produce, which is not very much, like valuable wise, you get 1 second of ads. I think that's a fair exchange rate. I'm starting to think this is going to take 2 cans of tomato sauce. Unfortunately, I can't move the thing to open more. Go on. Bite. Come on. You're so close to getting there. Come on. Just cut that last little bit. I can see it, but it's not even wanting to spin. Let's go. Maybe you wouldn't mind if you had better can openers. This is new. This is only like a year or two old. That's what frustrates me. Is it's supposed to be new and not supposed to be an issue. Okay, let's mix this up a little bit. That bell pepper's really big. Let's bring that up a little bit. There you go. See with that. I'm gonna put that on 4. We're trying to cook off some of the water in this. If I was making tacos, why would I have rice? That's your hint. Once I combine it all, I'll tell you what my mom calls it. I can definitely tell you I should have drained some of the water out of that, but I don't care at this point. You know what? 1 can's probably enough. Let's add back in the bacon. Look at all that fat drippings. That right there is called flavor and unhealthy. Do I care though? No. I weigh 130. I can have as much grease in this as I want. I need the calories. Do I need a spoon anymore? I need a spoon to open up the other can. I'll set that right there for now. I don't know if I want to open up the other can. You don't know just Mexican food. Okay, that's kind of true. You are now on camera. Do they see your face? No, they just see, like, right here and below.
Ah. Okay.
This really needs to be reduced. So we're going to crank up the heat, and I'm going to keep stirring it to reduce it.
How's it going?
I think good.
Good.
I got the veggie started later, and I'm trying to, like, cook off the water and, like, simmer it, but I don't think that's working all that well.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Trying to reduce.
Reduce.
Yep. Now I can let both these simmer for quite a while. I do know that when I add the rice, because I added more rice than I did water, it's supposed to be 50-50 for this, it will absorb a lot of this. Hi, hand and legs, yep. So right now what I have is a pot of bacon, ground beef, tomato sauce, and taco seasoning in this big old pan. That's what's in here right now. Cranking up the heat to try and cook off a little bit more. Put the heat on that to try and cook off a little more. I think I'm starting to get somewhere with this. I don't really care about swap ingredients. It's just onion, but I am trying to render out some of this. Some of the water in this, at least. So I got this on an 8, and my dials go to 10. So, well, now I look forward to hearing about the end of the results. Gotta head out now. Okay. Getting there with the vegetables, but just not quite. We're getting somewhere, guys. There we go. I can see a lot of liquid in here. So we're gonna try and cook off a little bit more, but I think I'm starting to burn it. So let's turn down the heat a little bit. That is looking great though. It smells pretty decent too. I don't think that's gonna cook down anymore, so. Well, Cody Fry made the soundtrack for Sketch. I've heard about the movie. I saw one trailer, but I've never seen it. I wonder if it's any good. You know what? I could start up movie nights on my Discord again. We could watch it. I stopped because I felt like I wasn't getting great results from it. Like, I think the last one we did was Into the Spider-Verse 2, and I was the only one who watched it. I think Dino Qwerty showed up for part of it, though. But I think he said he already watched it. So. So, Nori, you play the guitar? How long have you played the guitar for? I'm trying to come up with things to talk about. Okay. There we go. I only splashed a little bit, and I can clean that up, so it's fine. Top. Okay, did I splash anywhere down here? No. Only splashed this one little spot. So let's remove that. This is a lot more than what I thought. I am bad at portion ratioing, so what I'll probably do is after I set up some meals, I'll probably set some of this off to the side and freeze it for another day. Doing skating lessons now, though? You're learning how to skate, like ice skate or like rollerblade skate? Oh, wait. You did a class for about a year. You played just to have fun. Okay. That was for the guitar. Okay, it no longer needs to be on a high number. I'm gonna put it on. We'll put it on a 3. But we are getting somewhere, and yeah, there are other vegetable bowls in there. He'll probably notice, but we'll ask him to try and take it. So I don't think he'll. I don't think it's like a taste thing. I think it's all in his head. is how are you supposed to taste these? They're not gonna have a strong taste because it's gonna be so overpowering. Now it's starting to look right. Yeah, I only need 1 can of tomato sauce. Sweet. Let's mix it over. I gotta mix it a whole lot to get all the flavors involved. And all coagulating. Ice skating, nice. Coagulating, commingling. Not coagulate, commingle. But now it's starting to look like what it's supposed to. There we go. So, this is great meal prep because this only took, what, like an hour and a half, and this is enough meals for a lot of people, so you can definitely get yourself like little those little like Ziploc baggies, stuff them full once it cools off, and then freeze them, and then as you want them, you can take them out of the freezer, put them in your lunchbox. I will say that rice typically gets a little wonky afterwards, so you might want to put a little dash of like olive oil or something in there. But I'm gonna smooth this out. Smooth that out. Turn off the heat. That right there is how my mom makes Spanish rice. You can't. There we go. My mom might have had 2 cans of tomatoes. She also might have done the ratios a little bit differently. She might have not added bacon. I don't care. But movie night is in about an hour and a half. So I can leave this on the stovetop. And then as people want it, they can grab a bowl. And if it's too cold for them, they can reheat it themselves. So we're just going to grab a small little bowl. I haven't eaten much today. Just like that. Like I said, I'm going to leave this just like that. I'm going to put a lid on it so we can do 2 things. 1, all the flavors can steam in there. And 2, so it doesn't lose a ton of heat. Then people will have less of an annoying time reheating. How do I want to do this? Here's my spoon. Look at that. So smart. It's totally intentionally what I wanted to do with that. Okay, we're going to unplug this because I have it going right there. I'm going to make sure not to dox myself with anything that could be over there. Do not look at the sink. It's pretty dirty right now. We're going to go. That's not great. Get an angle. There we go. You guys can look at that now. Yippee. Make sure, because we do have like phone numbers and stuff on our fridge, and I don't want to dox ourselves by leaking a phone number. Yippee! I don't want to touch any of that. It's ever so slightly crunchy. Could have used a little bit more taco seasoning, but honestly, with the taste of bacon and beef, a little bit of tomato in there, pretty good. Hour and a half. And the first few minutes we were farting around, and it made enough for 10, maybe more. I also cooked down, look at that, I got a little bacon piece. I tried to cook down the veggies enough to make it softer. They're about the same crunchiness as bacon. That's what I'm going to call the stream. I'll see you guys later tonight, maybe. If not, if I don't see you guys again, hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Goodbye.